Welcome everyone to another week of Mastering Money Mondays, where each and every week we infuse a topic that we all can use to help us with the transition of one of being a debtor and or saver into that of being a wealth creator. My name is Lonzy Green, affectionately known as Mr. Flip Your 401k.
And I am Cynthia Pete, project manager by trade, financial freedom fighter at night.
That's what's happening. Hey, we're both employed entrepreneurs as well as investors. So, hey, another episode here of Mastering Money Mondays. And why do we have this podcast? Before I get into that, make sure you like, subscribe, tell your mama and them, all right? Now, the reason why we have this podcast is because, look, we have been taught how to make money, right? Go get an education, go get a good job. Then we've been taught how to manage money, meaning put that money now in a checking savings account or a 401k account. However, we have not been taught how to master money, which is taking the same dollar and multiplying that dollar over and over and over again to create wealth and become pregnant with possibilities. So, as Cynthia and I are engaged in conversations with 7-figure, 8-figure earners, we decided to pour back into community and to share with community what we are learning in order to equip us all through our financial journeys and help us master money. All right. So now let's get into it. Episode 31 is mindset, skill set, tool set equates to asset. Okay, that is our episode topic today. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get us started with the pain point. The pain point is many people struggle to achieve personal and professional growth despite having specific skill sets and tools. So the challenge often lies in being able to, combine those things in order to make us more valuable, which in turn allows for our portfolio to stretch and grow and allow for us to become more valuable in turn. So I'm gonna go ahead and pass it on over to Cynthia for our money tip.
Absolutely. So the money tip is you got to invest in yourself. Invest in continuous learning, right? So oftentimes as the middle class, we know how to take money and buy stuff and pay bills, but we don't know how to invest in ourselves to get a return on the investment. So that's the money tip. You got to invest in yourself. I know many people won't even pay a resume writer $500 to redo their resume to get a job, access to a job that will land them an interview that will make $10, $20, $30 more. $30,000 more. And that's the continuing to invest in yourself and learning the return on investment.
Awesome. Okay, so let's break this down. Let's start with mindset, right? I think mindset, or with you all, what our definition of mindset is. So Cynthia, when you think about mindset, what does that mean to you, and what are some things that you have personally done to change your mindset, and maybe some habits or behaviors that have occurred based on that change of mindset?
Definitely. I am a planner, I'm a perfectionist, and I like comfort. So whenever I plan to do something or achieve something, I plan it and I plan it again, and I look at the plan again and I refine it and I refine it. And once I feel like I have the plan perfect, then I execute it. And the moment something happens that's not according to plan, I'm like, oh, that's not the Lord. This is not the Lord. And the whole plan goes out the door. I was like, oh, okay. But with mindset, you really have to have a mindset to not give up. You really have to have a mindset that it's okay to fail, right? That part of the journey is failing. And most of the learning sometimes comes from failure. And when we talk about failure, let's talk about this, y'all. Nobody is dying, right? Nobody's dying. You just try something, it doesn't work. But because we have, we've been conditioned to go to school and being employees, you get yearly reviews and you fail tests, and we get penalized for failing. When in actuality, failing is a part of learning. And the most successful people have probably failed the most right before they succeeded. So that's the mindset. You cannot give up. You have to be committed to the journey. Don't be afraid to fail.
That's what's happening. I like that. I like that a lot. Hey, look, man, nothing beats a failure but a try. You know what I mean? So I like what you said there. For me, mindset is really, for me, it's connected to a goal. For me. So my goal is to become financially free. And
Yes.
financial freedom looks a certain kind of way for me. One way it looks is for me to leave my corporate job, to free myself of those time restrictions or constraints that comes with the corporate job. So because that's my goal, my mindset is now, what do I need to do differently that I haven't done previously to get me to a place that I'm currently not at?
Yeah.
So behaviors that follow with that is, hey, look, I'm waking up at 4:00 a.m. Now, in the past, because work was my sole path, right? I would, wake up just in time to get up, get the children ready for school, and then head to work, do the work, and then come back home and just wind down. That's not the case anymore. The case is I'm going to wake up at 4. I'm going to do my workout, but then I'm also going to study, right? So study so I can become a better financial service professional, study so that I can learn how to market my business better, and then study this skill set, which I'll talk about in a moment, that I'm learning right now. And I wake up at 4 a.m. in the morning because I know that's when the successful people wake up.
That's good.
That's when the successful people wake up. So if I'm going to going to achieve this destination of financial freedom, I have to do or act as if, like Ben Affleck said in The Boiler Room. If y'all haven't seen The Boiler Room, the movie, go check that out. Ben Affleck, but he said, act as if you already have what you have, that you're thriving for. So that mindset and behavioral shift occurred because I set a goal, which is I want to be financially free, and now I'm patterning my behaviors after successful people. And so that's what mindset means to me, is finding a goal, a destination, and then shifting your behaviors or your patterns or your structure in order to make that happen. And with that comes a lot of different things. The conversations are different. So my mindset, like, I'm not really trying to have a lot of unnecessary banter about sports or entertainment. Like, my mind is totally focused on financial freedom. So any conversation that I have, any dialogue, at least most of the conversation or most of the dialogue, is going to be in connection or coherence with what I'm trying to achieve.
Okay.
So that's where my mindset is right now.
Love it.
So let's talk about skill set.
Okay.
What does skill set mean?
Skill set means, my first mentor basically said skill set is just specialized knowledge, right? It's just you learning, it's not that, so skill set is learning that new information. Education definitely does not stop after school or college, especially in this rapidly changing day-to-day environment and social media, and having access to all this information and knowledge that we just didn't have access to before. So skill set to me is acquiring a new set of specialized knowledge that you can apply to achieve your goals.
I like that. And you are the queen of certification. So you believe in acquiring skill set. Can you talk a little bit about some of the certifications that you have acquired and why? How's it all connected?
So as a IT project manager, I have a PMP. And I acquired that. Actually, it was my previous manager just kept really encouraging me to get it. And I was like, I don't need that. And it's a hard test. It's very hard. It's like 200 questions, 4 hours. It's a hard test. And so, but he encouraged me to get in. Thank goodness he did, because we both were laid off shortly after that. And I also have a PMI Agile certified practitioner. As you know, in corporate America today, Agile is really used a lot, especially in software development. It can be used in any project, but really acquired that to have that in my toolbox because I knew that's the development environment for today. But also, as I go into consulting, I just want to have the knowledge of Agile so I know which tools to use as I get on projects.
Right.
Yep.
Okay. Excellent. So again, repeat for me, what did your mentor say a skill set was?
Specialized knowledge.
Okay. So let me get into my belief of what a skill set is. I totally agree with that. Specialized knowledge, meaning it's information or knowledge that is specific to something and maybe specific to you. I mean, maybe what you know is unique and different from anybody else, which ultimately sets you apart. And so once you acquire that skill set, the beauty of it, in my opinion, is it can never be taken away from you.
Yes.
So I'm going to go back into this mindset. I know I was long-winded talking about mindset, but the skill set that I'm currently acquiring. But I will say, within my role, because I'm a benefits project and retirement plan manager, I acquired a HR project management certification. I also have recently acquired my life insurance license. But the skill set that I am most excited about is because it's connected to my goal. And I want to park here and say, we throw out setting goals like haphazardly, but when you really truly set a goal and you feel it, then a plan comes behind that. And so every activity, every action that you take moving forward is in alignment with that goal. But because my goal is to become financially free, I asked of myself, what skill set can I acquire that could potentially give me that freedom? So what can I acquire that allows me to make money anytime, any place? And what I fell upon was trading, right? So now I am learning the skill set of trading because, one, again, you can make money anywhere, anytime, on your phone, and you can make it quick, right? And so that is a skill set that I'm developing because now not only do I have the opportunity to create another form of income for myself, but I can do it whenever I want. And once I master the skill, nobody can take that away from me. And I can do that for the rest of my life. So if, Lord forbid, somebody takes my job away before I'm ready to exit, I already have a skill set now that I can fall on that will continue or allow me to make income. And not only that, if I master it, then I can also become a teacher. So I can teach it and make income from teaching that skill set to others, right? So that's just an example for me as far as what I'm learning right now, a skill set to help me achieve my goals. So let's talk about tool set. We have the mindset now. We talked about skill set. Let's talk about tool set. When we talk about tool set, what does that mean when we say that, in your opinion?
In my opinion, it's technology. IT. I have an IT background, so it's technology for me. How can I make my life simpler? How can I automate things? Artificial intelligence is very big now, and I use it in project management when I'm trying to create documents or project charters, just to give me the framework, and then I can fill it in how I want to. I think sometimes tool set is also people.
Yes.
So I'm actually taking this finance class where they're teaching us how to trade cryptocurrency and how to research it, and we're doing it as a team, right? So I think there's about 20 coins that we're researching, but we're dividing them up, and each person is researching. Then we'll come back together and decide which ones we want to invest in, and that we think will make us money in this current run that'll end around after the election or January sometime. So I think tool set for me, definitely technology to make my life easier, but sometimes it's mentors and is people.
Yes, I like that tool set. I couldn't have said it any better myself. I like what you said about technology and artificial intelligence, because it does make your life easier.
Yes.
And it allows for whatever work that you're doing for you to do it quicker and more efficient.
Yes.
Right. And so knowing how to project manage is one thing, right? Or knowing how to trade is one thing, but the technology, the tools that you can use as leverage to help you become better at it and do it quicker is what ultimately you take all these things, mindset, skill set, and now you have the tool set of people or things, and you combine that all into an equation that ultimately makes you an asset. Why do you think that all these three things come together, ultimately make or form an asset?
Absolutely, because it's about, first of all, getting your mind right. Then it's about learning a skill. Then it's about, basically with tool sets, that's about, it is about artificial intelligence and automation and people, but it's about processes and systems. Like you said, it makes you more efficient, right? And so I think once you combine all of these things, because really wealth, ultimately being wealthy is, having an asset, right? Most wealthy people just borrow against their assets. They're their own bank, right? So you're creating yourself as an asset that can create money to buy these physical assets, right? Because the goal is wealth, master money. So we're not just learning these skills just to learn them. we're definitely combining the mindset, tool set, and skill set to create money, right? So I think that's the integration piece. Quite honestly, I struggle with. Like I have all these certifications, and I have the skill set, and integrating them into an asset. I'm working on it though. I don't give up mindset. Right. But the integration is definitely one I struggle with.
Yeah. I mean, hey, I heard a quote. My OG, Reggie, and another young lady that I recently met, Amber, shout out to both of you all. But she said, it's not what you do, it's about what you know. And so when you are able to know things that nobody else knows, and be able to execute that knowledge in a way that, like I said, creates things for you, creates abundance for you, whether that's money, or whether that's more time, that makes you valuable to someone out there. And then also, I like what you said about systems and processes, because once you develop that, then really it's just about duplication. So if you go into real estate, for example, and you have that mindset that I want to be a real estate investor. So because I have that mindset, I want to get in the rooms, I want to connect with individuals that have the expertise, I really want to learn, I go on to YouTube, whatever the case may be. Then you start developing that skill set, and then you start connecting with certain, like you say, technology, certain resources to allow for you to be able to calculate your returns, be able to see if a deal is good or not. And once you have that, now you become an investor. So not only are you an asset via the knowledge, but now you have allowed yourself to purchase a tangible asset. And then once you do that or go through that formula one time, now all you have to do is duplicate the same process or the same system over and over and over again, maybe with some minor tweaks. So that, again, by definition, is going to make you valuable, and assets, as we know, have value. So with that being said, Cynthia, I'm gonna go ahead and turn it on over to you to go ahead and close us on out for this episode.
Absolutely. I like this one because it's most of the time mindset is only taught in the entrepreneur world, and skill set is really only taught in education and the corporate arena. Skill set and tool set too, but I like how you really need all three, right? Because school and education and corporate America really do not focus on mindset. They don't, right? Because it's about productivity. No, I mean, you are there to produce. Don't be fooled. We are here to make money. We not family, okay? Right. So we cool and we get along well, but we not family. And so really, the entrepreneur, really locking into, especially the tool set. I see entrepreneurs struggle with the tool set systems, scalability, duplication, which corporate America does not struggle with. But also I see employees struggle with mindset and getting their mind right. So I really like this episode.
Yeah. Well, hey, look, I hope you have liked the episode as well. Again, be sure to like and subscribe. And until next week, we appreciate y'all for tuning in. Take care.
Bye, y'all.